So, why did I begin teaching with VIP Kid? My husband and I welcomed our first son this past September, and at the time I was a regular kindergarten classroom teacher. I love my job. I love it. And I figured when my maternity leave was up, I would be ready to go back to work. And the time came, 12 weeks passed, it was time to go back. I had a lovely daycare set up that I really enjoyed, and the day came to drop him off. And the anxiety and the panic I felt from that moment on, it never stopped, not for me. I have struggled all year with not being the one who is taking care of my child. It has been something internally that I've struggled with, something that I've tried to find ways to overcome it, and it just didn't ever happen for me. So I began searching for ways that I could potentially stay home and be the one who gets to spend the time with my son and take care of him. And that is when I found the company VIP Kid. And when I applied, I didn't know if it was going to be the answer to my problems. I didn't. I knew that for my family, we needed 2 salaries. I could not just stay home and be a stay-at-home mom and have that luxury of bringing in no income. That just wasn't an option. And I don't feel like that's an option for most people. And this company is a great way to kind of meet and mesh all of that in the middle. With daycare expenses, when I sat down to do our finances and figure out, is this really going to work? Is this going to be my answer? I crunched numbers, and with daycare costs nowadays, $1,100, $1,200, $1,300 for full-time daycare that was going to be taken out of my check each month, I figured if I could bring in around $1,800 to $2,000 a month teaching English online to children in China around my schedule and my son's schedule, that would be pretty comparable to what I would be bringing home as a full-time teacher paying $1,100, $1,200 in daycare expenses a month. So I applied. I went through the hiring process, which is fun, and you learn a lot, and I got hired. And I opened my class schedule, and I got everything ready, and at the time, I was still a regular kindergarten teacher. Plus, I was a mom to a newborn baby. So my time levels were limited, but I wanted to prove to myself, to my family, to my husband, to everybody that this company could provide a stable income and could provide me the means to be able to financially help my family and soothe my anxieties with sending my son to daycare. So I started opening slots, and I was teaching about an hour before work each day, so 2 classes. And then on the weekends, I would teach about 4 to 5 classes a day. So I wasn't doing anything crazy. I wasn't doing it as someone who would be doing it full-time or even part-time. I really wasn't putting that many hours into it because I didn't have that many hours to put into it. Not when I first started this journey, at least. So my first month, working just 2 weeks, because by the time I got hired and got my profile set up and did all of those lovely things and got my decorations and all of that, that's my baby. By the time I had done all of that, I only had about 2 weeks left in the month. And I was doing it an hour before, I was doing it here and there, I was opening a couple slots on the weekend, but still keeping in mind that I was spending all this extra time with my baby, which was, remember, why I started this in the first place. So, that being said, working very minimally for 2 weeks, this is what I brought home with a VIP Kid. $497 in 2 weeks, doing it an hour before work and a couple of hours on the weekends. I was pretty impressed with that. Had I been doing that the full month, I would have been close to $1,000. And that was just before I went to my regular teaching job. I'm Central Standard Time. I live in Texas. And for us, the hot or the peak times when lots of students are wanting to take classes through our platform is 5 a.m. our time to 8:30 a.m. our time. Well, to leave my house to get to my regular teaching job, I was having to leave by 7. Plus, I'm a mom of a newborn baby. Mama needs her sleep. So I would teach for about an hour a day. So 2 classes. I taught from 6 to 7 in the morning. And I would get up, I would get ready for the day, I would teach my 2 classes, I would get my son ready, and I would leave for the day. And I was out, off the door, to my regular teaching job. So to do that just an hour before work and come up with a total of $497, I was pretty proud of that. And that gave me the motivation to keep going, and that gave me the proof that financially we could do this as a family. Financially, I could do this for my family. And I could do it for myself and my son. And all those anxieties of sending him to daycare, this was my answer. I found it with VIP Kid. I found my answer. How the pay structure works is, for me, I was allotted after my interview $8 per class, which each class is 25 minutes long. So I got $8 for that. And then if you just show up on time, which, why would you not show up on time? You get an extra $1 per class. And then at the end of the month, if you've taught at least 45 classes, which is very easy to do, then you get another $1 per class that you taught that month. So I was getting $10 per class, so $20 per 50 minutes, because each class is only 25 minutes. So I was really happy with that. I felt like the pay was fair for the work. I felt excited. I enjoyed it. And I loved it. I still love it. I feel like what makes this company so attractive to so many teachers is because you make your schedule. You get to click those time slots, open or closed, when you want to teach. If you have a busy workload at school, I would close those slots, and I wouldn't teach as much that week. Or if it was a week off, or we didn't have much going on in kindergarten, I would open those slots, and I would book them. And that's what's so fun about this, is it's your own mini business. You get to run it like you want to run it, and you get to be your own boss. You get to wake up when you want. You get to sleep when you want. And these kids, they're excited to learn. They're in class, on time, ready to go, and they're hanging on your every word. The parents are listening, the kids are listening, and it's fun to have that interaction with people that truly want to be there and they want to learn. And VIP Kid has been my answer to a lot of prayers. It's been my answer to a lot of, how am I going to make this work? How can I do this? Is this even possible? So whether your goal is an extra $200 a month for groceries, or your goal is to be a stay-at-home mom but still financially support your family, or you're retired and you're getting a little bored and you want to get back in the classroom, get your feet wet, VIP Kid is a great way to do that for all of those options. If you need help getting started on your VIP Kid journey, I will leave a link below that will explain the steps to take. And if you need your props and all that kind of stuff ready to go to save you some time, feel free to send me an email, and I will very quickly shoot those props and all of the resources that I have over to you to make it even easier to apply. I hope this video was helpful, and I hope whatever your reason is, whatever your why is, whatever your journey is, that VIP Kid is the answer for you, the way it's been the answer for myself and my family.